We have often talked about building a flex ramp to test out different suspension setups on our four-wheel drives. See before and afters when installing new parts and have little flex off competitions with our mates. In today's episode, we finally get around to having a crack at building one. We definitely aren't professionals, but just wanted to share the process start to finish of how we did it. Enjoy. Proudly supported by Opus Campers, Ultimate 9, Tread, Superior Engineering, GME, and in part by. So, we're at the shed here and we are going to build a flex ramp. Now we got Ryan Bollard coming around today, one of Berto's mates. He's the fabricator, he's got a few days off work, so we said, hey, need this flex ramp, do you want to help us build it? So he's going to come around and then we'll come up with a plan, we'll get some paper out, some pens, work out some heights that we want to do it, and then like a length to match that height, because you don't want to make it too steep an angle. We'll need bracing side, bracing at the rear, work out how much steel we need, get through all that, come up with a plan, and then we'll go get the steel, bring it back and start assembling.
Ryan, our young man here, fabricator.
Professional welder.
He's drawn up some drawings, so we've got a little 2D drawing, side angle, 3D. So we're making a flex ramp, so we figured out our angle and lengths that we need, how many like braces and supports so it doesn't come over, and then up here we've got he's written down all the lengths. So this is the top length we're going to need an angle, and then we've got the back length, bottom length, and all the other individual lengths for like the slats and the supports and everything. So now we've got to run down to the metal shop, see what we can get.
And we got a price as well. What was the price? Like
$94.20 per 7.5 metre length.
Plus GST.
Plus GST.
Do we know how many metres roughly we're going to need?
Did we get a total yet? No.
No,
There's a lot, but
There's going to be a lot of metres.
your wallet's going to be hurting, mate.
Yeah, I'll give you my card
Yeah,
and the GQ. You're off to the shops.
Sweet.
And then Ryan's been using this website as well to help calculate angles and, working what we need to go across to then get up, and what that's going to be in between, because obviously you don't want too steep of an angle. What we're going to do as well is we're trying to work out all the lengths that we need so we can get them to cut it up at the shop, because we only have a grinder and it'll take us a bloody day trying to cut all those lengths. I think it costs about $6 per cut at the shop, so it worked out it was going to be like $150 just to get them to do all the cuts, which will be a hell of a lot easier. And we're getting a total length now as well, so we'll work out how much this is all going to be roughly.
I've got the goods, mate.
You got my card, so you're good to go.
You can't see the numbers. It doesn't matter how much it costs. It's getting bought.
You're back, mate. You got all the steel here for the flex ramp. What were they? They were a few short. They're still coming.
12 short, mate. They'll be here Monday about 10 o'clock.
Of the little ones that like stack up along the ramp. But anyways, we'll get the rest built and we'll just have to finish off next day.
I called them and I said, are they done? They said, yeah, it's in the completed file. I get there and then I'll go, so, there's a problem. And I said, yeah? What? And he said, we're a bit short. We ran out. I looked at him and I said, yeah, true.
So it ended up being $570 of metal and to get it all cut. So there's a bit of cost there. So they better get it right.
But yeah, if it's wrong, free metal for us.
So we were a little short on material, but we had enough to start piecing the ramp together. For the steel, we went with angle steel as it's lighter and easier to work with on the flex ramp application. We used 40x40 and 50x50 pieces at a thickness of 5 mil thick. Might be a little too thick, but figured we would rather make it too strong than not strong enough and fall apart. That's the tack welds coming together there, just like a little dot on each corner. That one's obviously not done yet, but just to hold them all together, get everything in place, but then they're easy to grind off and change like a bit of metal positioning if you need to. Whereas if you properly weld the whole thing, then it's a nightmare to change it. So that's what we're talking about when we say tack weld the whole thing first. That's the first half there up and standing, and then we'll come out this way. You obviously have all your slats and the matching half on the other side. We're just checking the angle on it too. We don't think it'll be too steep, but it is what we planned. It's 35 degrees and we planned 35 point something.
there, they're all marked out, and we'll go in and put each one up. That's as far as we can get with those middle slats. As I said earlier, the shop didn't have the rest of the slats ready for today, so that's going to be Monday. And now we're going to go through and start properly welding it all off. And
Not me, I'm just welding one.
but having a go. If it falls apart, we know what happened. You have to do a little zoom in action on that one. Hey, that's pro, that stuff.
Oh. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. Close. It's close. How do you feel about that, your first time?
Yeah, look, mate, it was a good first attempt, I reckon.
Shit, who give him a go, eh? That's funny, eh?
Picked up all the slots that go up along the ramp there, and Ryan's welded all those in. So that was it done, but we're back here a couple of days later and Ryan's tapped out, Todd's tapped in for flex ramp build. We're sort of doing this in between all the other jobs we've got going on. But yeah, that was what we thought would be done, but having a look at it, we've worked out, we reckon it needs a bit more stabilisation at the back. It'll be fine, anyone up to all around here, but anyone that gets up this top section, because you got so much sideways pressure, we think that it'll push it sideways. So I've gone to the metal shop, got a few more bits, and Todd's laid out there roughly what we're going to make, an extra leg, an extra stabilisation, just to make it 100% safe. Bit closer. Closer. Todd got me having another go at the welder. There was that one, which wasn't too bad. There's that back one there. Gonna take a little bit of practice. There was my next attempt I just did then. That's all the cross bracing done and on, so I reckon it should be pretty stable and strong now. And then the last thing that we decided we're going to do is we just got a flat piece of steel and we're going to cut it to shape and sit it in that gap there. That way we can maybe do like a board on it of how far people have got and put a few stickers on there, put the TT logo on, a couple of bits and pieces like that. That's the flex ramp all done. Pretty stoked of how it's all come together there. I reckon we've got the bracing support, everything that we need. We just need to test drive some cars up this angle. We reckon maybe it's going to be good for bigger trucks, 35s, people flex clearance and that, but people are trying to drive more stock four-wheel drives up it. We don't think it's going to have the clearance. Like, people won't have the clearance. I think it'll be too steep. They'll hit bar work and that.
With the flex ramp all built, Berto and I thought we'd better give it a test run in our GQ patrols and see whose superior engineering lift kit flexed more. The ramp all worked beautifully. If I was to build another one though, I reckon we would make it less steep. The 35 degrees works well for the bigger four-wheel drives, but around the 30-degree mark would be more suitable for a wider range of four-wheel drives to get up it. You live and you learn, I suppose. Sean had a crack in his patrol as well, but I think he's going to have to upgrade his suspension setup a little bit.
That's her, mate. That's her.
The last step of the flex ram build was to give it a coat of paint so it doesn't rust away. Berto gave it all a good scuff up with some Scotch-Brite and then laid down an etch primer to cover the bare metal. We were then ready to hit it with paint.
So we're ready to paint the flex ramp. We have Predator. It's made in Australia. It's like a texture protective paint. Good strong stuff. It's durable. We actually sell this on TylerThompson.com. If you want to get some, we've got it.
We got it.
We've got it. So.
I was about to say that. And you can also get it from Wishart's Paint.
Yeah, Wishart's Paint. So this is like a two-part. This is a hardener. That's the paint. I've also got some reducer. I'm going to thin out the first coat so I actually get a lot of coverage without all the texture, and then the second coat I'll put texture on.
And that was it, all completed. Let me know what you guys think, any tips you have for making something like this. We're definitely not professionals, just thought it would be cool to have a crack at making a flex ramp and show the process. As mentioned earlier, the main improvement I'd make for next time is making it a little less steep. Around the 30-degree mark would be perfect, I reckon.
Spray bars.